is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system, announcing the commencement of
Killjoy and So Rock.
What's going on, internet? Out for a little ride today. Figured I'd do a little video while I was out. If you guys seen the bike reveal video, you know that I'm riding on the new Suzuki GSXS 1000F, and from now on she'll be referenced as Susie. I don't know if you guys name your bikes or not. I name everything: bikes, cars, trucks, whatever. So Rock and I both. We got names for all of our vehicles. But what I wanted to talk about with you guys today is the dangers of riding motorcycles. And that's kind of a double-sided topic, because it's really not just the motorcycle that everyone considers the motorcycle dangerous. But if you ride motorcycles, you know that it's not just the motorcycle that can be dangerous, it's other people in cars that can be dangerous. And that's typically my opinion, is you are in control of your motorcycle, so whatever you do on this motorcycle, that is your choice. So if you choose to ride recklessly, well, you know the old saying goes, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Now, I'm not saying that I don't go out and ripping around on this thing. I do. I try to keep it, to the bare minimum, because I don't want to, cause my own demise or injury. But at the end of the day, the number one thing a motorcyclist needs to pay attention to is other vehicles. Because trust me, they do not pay attention to you. So, the one other thing that I can tell you is when you take like intersections like this right here that I'm coming to, anytime that you come to any of those, you want to, probably let off your throttle just a hair and watch the cars. Watch them. I mean, if they're in the turn lane like that car just turned there, or if they're coming on an on-ramp turn to merge in, you want to watch for those cars. You want to make sure that they aren't going to cause you to make a last-second adjustment that could have potentially cost you your life or your health in general. But overall, motorcycles are only as dangerous as you make them. And what I mean by that is, as you ride this, it is your responsibility to ride within the law, of course, which 99% of motorcyclists do not. It's just too tempting on a motorcycle. This thing can go 0 to 100 real fast.
A few inches later.
You know why I pulled you over?
Depends on how long you were following me.
Why don't we just take it from the top?
Here goes. I sped. I followed too closely. I ran a stop sign. I almost hit a Chevy. I sped some more. I failed to yield at a crosswalk. I changed lanes in the intersection. I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding.
And it's tempting. I mean, it is. But so you got to take your own personal accountability for that and know your own limits. Don't ride outside your limits. But they're only as dangerous as you make them out to be. What I find the most dangerous thing to me is like crossover intersections where cars can pull out in front of you, hidden pullouts of restaurants or driveways, blind curves. Those to me are the most dangerous on a motorcycle, and it's nothing to do with the motorcycle itself. Even if I was in a car, those are the most dangerous parts of the road that I could be riding on. But on a motorcycle, it's increased danger just because there's no protection around me other than my helmet. So I want to stress that as much as I can. This motorcycle is only as dangerous as I allow it to be. If I ride this responsible enough and maintain the laws, you know, the speed laws, the change lane laws, and such like that, then this thing is only as dangerous as I make it. Most situations that I have been in on a motorcycle was caused by drivers of vehicles not paying attention, not looking in their mirrors, not watching across as they're crossing intersections. I mean, I can't tell you how many times. I thought I had it on video a couple days ago. Had a car cross 4 lanes, get right in front of me.
I'm an inconsiderate brat!
And I had to kick over into a bicycle lane that the city had installed. And thankfully I had that escape route. But that's another thing, you know, when I pull up at red lights, I don't know if you guys can tell on the GoPro or not, but when I pull up at a red light, I always pull off to the left or to the right of a car in front of me. It's because I don't want to be sandwiched if a car hits me in the rear. But yeah, for the most part, man, this is the most freeing experience that you can have on a motorized vehicle, is riding a motorcycle. I mean, think about it. You got the wind rushing over you. There's nothing separating you from anything else of the elements besides what you're wearing. And I absolutely love this feeling. I mean, it's one of my favorite feelings that you can have. I don't care if you're in a bad mood, you know, a good mood, sad, depressed, lonely, whatever. Jump on a motorcycle. I promise you that'll change. But everyone I've ever talked to is like, oh man, I don't ride motorcycles because they're so dangerous. No, the motorcycle's not dangerous. What? You're in control of it. Just like you're in control of a vehicle. So alright, for instance, if you get a DUI, you chose to jump behind the wheel and drive impaired. It would be the same principle on a motorcycle. You're increasing the risk for not only yourself, but every rider or driver around you, and that's irresponsible. So, you ride responsible. I'm not saying don't go out and hooligan around. You know, hey, we all have our own little niche that we like to do. You know, people like to wheelie their bikes. I don't. I'm not a big wheelie fan. Not on my street bike. Now, dirt bike or like a little Honda Grom or something, yeah, you know, go out hooligan around all you want to, because those are hooligan bikes. I don't like replacing fork seals on motorcycles. And if you do wheelies on them, that's what it'll do. But also, wheelies increase your risk for an accident. You land wrong on the handlebars, car pull out in front of you, you can't get it down in time, there's no way you can stop on the back tire. There's no way. So, yeah, that just increases your risk. But I live in a very small town, so I could just imagine what it would be like to ride in a big city full of people. You know, hundreds of thousands of motor-operated vehicles around you at all times. Because people really don't pay attention to motorcycles. And when it's a little bit chilly out, they really don't, because motorcycles don't ride in the cold much. And if they do, it's very few. So the cars and drivers aren't used to seeing motorcycles, so they're not as in depth to look for you. So that to me is the most dangerous thing, honestly. If anyone asks me what's the most dangerous thing about riding a motorcycle, it's other drivers and vehicles. Now, if I was ripping through here at 110 and a car pulled out in front of me, that is 100% my fault, because that is well exceeding the speed limit of this road. But the cars will pull out in front of other cars. So don't think a motorcycle's any different. They're more prone to pull out in front of a motorcycle because of the sheer size of a bike anyway. They're not going to see you as fast as they're going to see a, you know, a 6,500 pound truck or a car. You know, you're talking about a 470 pound motorcycle. It's just, they're not going to see you as fast. So anyway, I would like to know what you guys think. You know, comment below, let me know. Tell me what you think the opinion is on riding a motorcycle. And if you would like for me to make a video on, you know, like, well, how to ride, the controls, how to corner, stuff like that, you know, I can give you some helpful tips. I'm in no atmosphere a professional course instructor whatsoever. I've been riding off and on since I was a teenager, you know, so around 20 years. I know how I like my riding style. Some people have different riding styles, but the key principles are all the same. All the fundamentals are the same, and the fundamentals are the key to everything. So if you guys want to see that video, if you want me to make it, go ahead and comment below and let me know. Also, give me your thoughts on what makes motorcycling dangerous. To me, like I told you before, you know, I think it's other vehicles more so than, you know, the motorcycle. Now, the rider or the driver, I think, is the most dangerous part about riding a motorcycle. So, but if you like today's video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. If you're new here and enjoyed today's content, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We would love to have you a part of our channel. And if you want to be a part of the notification squad, go ahead and hit the bell icon. But you guys have a great day. Killjoy out.